Hello and welcome to, what is the show called again? I almost said three things with JR.
Bands you've never heard of.
Now we're going to start over. Hello and welcome to another episode of band. I'm going to go with it. Of bands you've never heard of.
We're just recording outtakes. Right?
Yeah.
Bands you've heard of.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bands You've Never Heard of. I can't stop laughing because that's like the fifth time we've attempted to start this show. We are loopy today, and this is not
We just won second place.
We had a gig today. It was a battle of the bands.
Battle of the Bands, and we won second place. And the band that won absolutely deserved to win, and they were freaking awesome.
Shout out to them. What was the name of the band? Lies and Alibis.
Lies and Alibis, yes.
Shout out to them. Huh? I couldn't stick around to hear them, but I hear they were great.
They were amazing, and they had the absolute best cover of Chris Isaak's Wicked Game that I've ever heard, ever.
Better than Tenacious D?
Oh, dude, it's not even.
Okay.
Because everybody kept asking me that. It's like, because I kept going, no, this is the best I've ever heard. This is better than Tenacious D. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go listen to Tenacious D's version. I'm like,
theirs is too short.
There's not even.
They don't even do the whole song.
It's not even in the same. No, it's not even. That.
You know, we're asking you that as a joke, right? Like, we know Tenacious D's cover is not the best cover of that song.
Well, we do. Thank God, because it is not.
Okay, good.
And Lies and Alibis, however, is the best cover of that song. I hope to hell they put it out on YouTube or Spotify or something sometime.
So Lies and Alibis are a cover band. We don't typically feature cover bands on this show, but certainly we can do a shout out to Lies and Alibis
Absolutely.
well as a band you've never heard of, as well as our own band, because we kicked ass today at the Battle of the Bands. To be fair, came in second place.
And we had someone come up and know where we got the.
They asked about the Letterkenny reference. Yeah. I heard that. That's awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Also, one of the bands had a drummer that I went to high school with and that I have not seen since high school. And he was awesome, using a double pedal. And I mean, he's like a heavy, not quite heavy metal, but hard rock drummer named Corey Russ. And I see him on Facebook. But I haven't seen him in person in a long time.
Sticking the drumstick in his mohawk.
Sticking the drumstick in his mohawk during a song. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
A trick that I will never be able to do.
Do that. Yeah. You need some Velcro. I think, if you got some Velcro on the stick, a little Velcro on the top of the head.
Yeah, a little double-sided tape maybe.
Work. Yeah, no, I'm thinking Velcro. Just put a strip on the head.
Do I put the hooks or the loops on the heads, though?
I don't think it really matters. As long as you have the opposite on the stick.
Well, this is fun and all, but we should talk about some bands you've never heard of. As you're listening to this show, if you listen to it when it drops, I am not here. I am in Scotland at the Fringe Festival doing other things. And so this is
buying kilts.
Every episode of every podcast is pre-recorded, but this one's really pre-recorded. So here's what we're doing tonight. We are going to talk about and introduce two original bands you've never heard of segments from our old podcast, Small Things Considered. And we're going to do two bands because they share several things in common, Gary. And I bet you don't even know what they are. Do you remember? Could you even come up with the second band we ever featured on Bands You've Never Heard of?
You are correct. I could not.
Crab Claw.
Crab Claw.
Do you remember Crab Claw?
Because I couldn't even tell you that this is what we were doing tonight. So
yeah, I just kind of sprung this on Gary. So
Yes, you tricked me.
So Crab Claw was the second band we had ever featured, and we're going to play you that original segment where I introduced Gary to the band Crab Claw. More on them in a moment. The second band we're going to talk about tonight is not a band; it's an artist. His name is D.B. Reilly. Do you remember D.B. Reilly?
Yes, I do remember.
Kind of a folk Americana sort of a guy. So these two artists have several things in common, which is why tonight it's a double bill.
Wow.
So here's what they share in common.
So it's a surprise double bill.
It is a surprise double bill.
Yes.
Yeah. And so here's what they share in common. Crab Claw and D.B. Reilly both. You know how at the end of this show, where one of us in the end credits mentions that all of the songs were used with the band's permission?
Yes.
Well, that's actually not true for these two bands. Neither one of these bands responded to me in any way, shape, or form when I reached out to them about us featuring them on Bands You've Never Heard of. But I did it anyway. These were in the early days, before this was its own show. And
so we're totally illegal right now.
Well, I also didn't get any copyright claims, so there's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If they don't care enough to respond, they're not going to care enough to copyright claim us.
Something like
They
that.
probably don't. They probably haven't paid their
Right.
They probably haven't paid their distribution network yet.
Well, neither one of them have released any songs in a few years. Like 2022 is the most recent. I think D.B. Reilly had one from there. But for the most part, they've not been very active. D.B. Reilly has a website, a nice one. Crab Claw does not. You can find them on Bandcamp, and they have a Facebook that hasn't been updated since 2020. So I'm not sure these bands are bands or artists that are out and doing things anymore. I have a feeling D.B. Reilly is. He's probably bigger than I realize, but either way, neither band responded. So I am going to tag them again and reach out to them again to let them know this episode is re-airing, so that if they want to listen, they can. If they want to respond, they can do that. That would be cool. I'd love to hear from Crab Claw and or D.B. Reilly in response to this episode. That is kind of a goal. That would be amazing. So if anybody out there knows these guys, if you have heard of Crab Claw or D.B. Reilly, hit them up. Let them know to respond to me.
Or hit us up. We can,
Yeah, send me a phone number or an email or something. Because reaching out to them on their website and Facebook and whatever hasn't worked so far.
Yeah. Well, if they haven't updated either one in years, which at this point it is years. I mean, the chances of them, actually being actively following them is pretty slim. So.
Right. So maybe this is the last we'll ever hear about or speak about Crab Claw and D.B. Reilly. And I mean, bummer, because they're fun to listen to. They are on the Bands You've Never Heard of complete playlist. Link to that on Spotify and from our website will be in the show notes. But that has every band we've ever featured on this segment or this show. So their music is there. It's easy to find, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. So here's another thing that both of these artists have in common. They're funny. Like, they're serious musicians playing really good music, and they're funny at the same time. You might remember one of Crab Claw's big hits, Sucking on Some Titties at Noon, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That was my fave.
Yeah, and D.B. Reilly has also got some very sort of sarcastic, satiric songs. He's also very creative and funny. So both of these artists are smart enough to not take themselves too seriously. Crab Claw really takes that to another level, though. They are full on Eastbound and Down level of they're mullets and leaning into the Charleston, South Carolina lifestyle. So they're all in. Whereas I think D.B. Reilly is more of a serious artist that has a satirical side. So they're not exactly the same, but they are both very funny.
Which is weird because I was just listening back to the Banana Gun one, which is a very serious band with very serious music with a silly name. And then we got Crab Claw, which is a not ridiculously serious name, but way more serious than Banana Gun. And they are just silly. So, I mean, it's the juxtaposition, just
Yeah.
rushed over me like a wildfire. So,
So here's what's about to happen. We're gonna pause the mics. I'm gonna hit play on this older segment. It was recorded as an audio only segment. So I'm gonna find some interesting video to put up. I might show some images of their Facebook pages, their websites. Maybe if I can sync up a video to the song that I'm playing, Gary, I'm gonna try to do all of that in the background so that this is not just a boring video of static images. So should be more interesting than that. I hope you're able to either watch this on Spotify or YouTube or just listen. Should be fine if you're just listening to the audio as well. It is an audio podcast first. The video is kind of extra. So first we're going to do Crab Claw. You'll hear us talking about them from back in November of 2024. I think, yeah, 24, and then we'll move right into DB Reilly, which we did earlier in 2025. So that's what's happening, and then we'll be back to say goodnight.
to wrap it up.
Yeah. All right, here you go. Crab Claw on bands you've never heard of.
Impossible.
Are you ready for bands you've never heard of?
You dang Skippy, I've been waiting for this all night.
You've heard of.
The band is called Crab Claw.
Crab Claw.
Their bio is what made me pick them. Not necessarily their songs, but I didn't hear anything I hated, so they've got that going for them. Crab Claw was born one afternoon when recording artist and producer Wolfgang Zimmerman and novice songwriter Walker Trull were walking on a nice Sunday afternoon in Charleston, South Carolina. Zimmerman was low on funds at the time, and Trull was flush with cash from waiting tables. The two had nothing to do that afternoon, so Trull agreed to pay Zimmerman $100 cash to record their first ever track, Carcassonne, in summer 2013. Guitarist Christian Chidester of Brave Baby joined the two to form the core of what would later be dubbed Crab Claw after one of Trull's many pseudonyms. The trio went on to record their debut album Pink Eye with help from Corey Campbell and Susto of Later Babe Club and Johnny Delaware of the Artisanals. The debut was released in September of 2015 with hit songs Titties at Noon and Riverboat Ron, and achieved local success with quirky videos produced and directed by Trull and local videographer Drew Gardner of Toucan Films. Today, Crab Claw has released their second album in March of 2019 called Memories Arise. Crab Claw is known for the hilarious, irreverent, yet deeply personal lyrics of singer and songwriter Walker Trull. Their multi-genre spanning sound that ranges from 90s alt-country ballads to 70s yacht rock, and the virtuoso musicianship provided by Christian Chidester, Corey Campbell, and Wolfgang Zimmerman. They're calling themselves virtuoso musicians. They've set the expectation.
He's calling
high.
them virtuoso musicians.
Yeah. Well, they posted that about themselves.
I know, but everything's written by Walter.
Yeah, sure.
I can
yeah,
tell you.
That makes sense.
He's writing it in the third person, but it's all him. I can tell.
So I think we should start.
But I'm waiting with bated breath on this, man.
Right?
That was a good write-up.
We should start with the song mentioned in their bio as the original, like the song that started it all, which is Carcassonne, which according to the top 10 list of their songs on Spotify is their second most played song, second only to Titties at Noon.
Yes.
But we're going to start with Carcassonne, and here we go. This is Carcassonne by Crab Claw.
my arm at nature's farm on the Green River Preserve. Well, anxiety will take its toll on me. Hospital pills, camping up in the hills. My lover's in the back room on the pill, and I'm balls deep. Baby, I'm in ecstasy. Your body's fucking killing me. You gotta slow down, please. And now I'm coming again, girl, you're making me come again. You put it down on me, you put it down on me. And now I'm running away, girl, I can't keep running away. You put it down on me, just put it down on me. Smoke in my lungs.
All right, that's Carcassonne by Crab Claw from Charleston, South Carolina. Thoughts on their first song there, Gary?
Love it. I don't understand the prelude at all.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
And
jive.
how that it all fits in with everything, but I'm sure it makes sense to them, which is fine. But once the song kicks in, it is. I think the kids say it bops.
Yeah, it does bop.
It bops. And it reminded me of a couple of bands, but I cannot, for the life of me, I'm sitting there trying to think of the names of the bands, but it reminded me of like two or three that were, kind of in that genre. It was marvelous. It's fun. It's just fun.
It was fun, and it shrouds its irreverence, right? It seems like a fun song that's not going to push boundaries, but it definitely does.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But it's just, they're obviously really good at smuggling ideas over a funky little tune.
Yeah. All right, the next song we're going to hear from Crab Claw is their most listened to on Spotify. And, to be included in this segment of this show, you have to be a band, for one, we've never heard of, and two, you can't have a lot of plays, right? If you've got hundreds of thousands or millions of songs played, you don't qualify. You got to be, less than 100,000 for sure. We haven't even broke 20,000 with any song in the Crab Claw catalog. But their most listened to song with 17,745 plays on Spotify is called Titties at Noon. I gotta say, another weird intro that doesn't seem to go with the rest of the song.
Except they did reprise it before we turned it down. It was underlying
The verse, the second verse.
Yeah, just you barely was there, or just part of it. I mean, the whole thing wasn't there, but the bass part at least was there. Yeah,
And I think this is another serious song shrouded in what seems to be a joke at first, but isn't.
right. Yeah. This one wasn't as fun as the other one, but we both started cracking up so much that it was, we were losing. I think we were getting off track a little bit, which is to be expected.
That might be the earworm for me from this show. I hate that I'm going to have to edit this, and I'm going to hear that multiple times, and it's gonna seep its way into my brain, and it's going to be tomorrow at work. It's going to be sucking on some titties at noon.
Yeah, but anything is better than
Grandma got run
Christmas.
over by a reindeer. Okay, yeah.
Last Christmas, very that year.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. All right, your turn, Gary. I've picked 2 songs from the catalog of Crab Claw. You see the rest of the songs. I'll read the titles of their top 10. You pick. Here's the ones we haven't played yet. Nose Beers. If I Can't See You Tonight, Riverboat Ron, Easy City Livin', Buddy Pass, Instagram, Father's Day, and Scoot Scoot.
God, part of me wants to see Father's Day just because it has very few plays. But I want to go with Instagram because I think that one is up to date, and I've been trying to figure out how to fit some of the new stuff into songs. And yes, let's go with Instagram.
Instagram it is. We're going to come back to Father's Day, though, because I did preview that one, and it comes at you from left field as well. So Instagram by Crab Claw.
I've been your man crush Monday for 15 months. It all started with a DM you sent me on my Instagram. Hashtag shaking my head, you're upset again. A random comment and triple hard eyes on one of my gram. Splish splash, she was taking a bath. I double tapped and left an eggplant. It popped up in your Discover feed. Can't you see that all of our fights are about Instagram hoes? These are girls that I don't even
I would go see this band live.
Definitely. I think so.
I think
so.
it would be a lot of fun.
Yes. I mean, where else are you going to hear a song about Instagram hoes?
And scrolling through your Instagram while taking a BM. I mean, come on. It's just so true and raw and like speaks to the common man. I was doing that twice today at work. So, yeah. I didn't see any Instagram hoes, though, but,
No Instagram hoes.
my Instagram is different. That's how I keep up with my daughter. Not a hoe.
Not a hoe. Yeah, that was where I wanted to talk if we have enough time for my next little segment. So
I think I
Not
have
Instagram,
I
but
have like
the-
3 other segments. We're not getting to them.
No.
I'm going to cut it here for me and my topics as with bands you've never heard of. And you're going to take us home, Gary. But we got to do one more song. It is Father's Day. It is there's a little E for explicit right next to it, which might be a hint that it's not your typical song about Father's Day.
me a broken down motorcycle, no VIN or license plate. He stole himself a government truck, crashed it into a ditch. One of those motherfuckers with the arrows that tell you which lanes to switch. What's a guy gotta do around here to write a sad song? Everything I say only seems to come out funny in my head. What's a guy gotta do around here to sing a sad song? 'Cause daddy's dead, my daddy's dead. The band played Skinner at the funeral.
What's a guy got to do around here to write a sad song? My daddy's dead. My daddy's dead.
So that one was their yacht rock.
Yes,
I
yeah.
heard a lot of yacht rock in
There
that.
was some xylophone in there, right?
Yeah, a Rhodes piano. It was a Rhodes piano, yeah, which is key for yacht rock. I mean, I think it was on Cover Band Central the other day. Someone was bitching and moaning about yacht rock and how it's not really a thing, and I'm like, dude, you're a moron.
100% is a thing. There is a documentary out right now all about yacht rock. And
Yeah.
have you seen it yet? If you haven't,
No,
by
I
the
haven't.
way, it is fantastic. Definitely watch it.
Is it on Apple? Because I'm afraid it's on Apple because I've been scouring for some of these docs that are coming up.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, so yep, I gotta
Yacht Rock,
find that.
a documentary. And we watched all of it, Kiki and I, and loved it. And interviews with the people that made yacht rock and the people that coined the term yacht rock. And I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, that came from a YouTube series.
Yes.
The terms. Yeah.
And it's got the guys that created the YouTube series, as well as the musicians. Chris Cross is featured in this.
Oh, yeah.
and McDonald.
He was central to that. Michael McDonald.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all over it. Modern day interviews with those guys. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean
Kenny Loggins
and
is in there.
they're proud of it. I mean, it's a whole movement that they made. You know, that all these people. It was kind of like the Wrecking Crew, except for the 70s and the 80s and 70s and 80s, and because I heard a podcast about it, and they were interviewing all these guys, about it, and they're like, yeah, we knew it was the thing. People are just now catching up to it,
Yeah.
Because most of the times it's like, like even in Seattle and the grunge thing and everything, people are like, oh no, there's no movement, there's no, it's just a bunch of guys playing some music, and no, these guys were all like, I mean, they were on it. I mean, I don't know. They might have been. It might have all been tongue in cheek for all I know. They might be just like, yeah, we'll play along with these silly kids, Yeah. But I think, whether or not they were in on the joke or the reality of it, one way or the other. So, but that's I would give them. I'm going to give them a solid 7. I think.
I think that's good. That's pretty good. And catchy, fun. I like irreverence. I like having some fun with the lyrics. Would you call the musicianship virtuoso level?
Possibly for wherever podunk town they're in South Carolina.
Charleston, South
Absolutely.
Carolina. It's a pretty nice town.
Oh, no, that's a nice town. That's a big city.
Yeah.
No. But they're good,
Yeah.
It's like the guys that are working with our Richmond, north of Richmond guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. What's his name
Yeah.
again? Forgot his name already.
I don't know. But his buddies play the instruments and everything on the records, and they're great. I mean, are they virtuosos? No. Are we virtuosos? Hell no.
I'm not.
I mean, Brian might be close, but no. I mean, that's rock and roll is not made by virtuosos. That's for classical music. That's
So that does it for bands you've never heard of, featuring Crab Claw
so,
this week.
So go and check them out for sure.
Definitely worth a listen. They got a bunch of great songs. You heard 4 of them here, but there's more. And if you're in Charleston, South Carolina, maybe you can go check them out live. I don't know if they're traveling around or what, but
I kind of doubt it.
Don't know. But I'd like to find, if they come to Charlottesville, I'm there.
Yeah. Maybe we could play with them.
We can open up for them. Oh,
yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll open up for anybody.
I was going to say, you could have named any band. I was saying, can we open for them?
Yeah, sure. That's what I've been trying to do for how long have we been together? 8 years.
So that's positive responses
the whole
for
thing.
2 bands in a row. Last show it was a band called Cowboy Destroy, and this show it is Crab Claw. So I have
definitely like the first song, the best of the 4.
Carcassonne, their first song.
Carcassonne, yeah. So what you got? You got let's hit the bands you never.
Let's do the band we've never heard of.
That's my favorite part.
Let's do it.
You
I'm going to start with, I got to reopen my thing here. I had to close it when we were having computer problems. There we go.
He has to reopen his thing.
My thing has been reopened. I've got my notes. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to ask you some questions first, and these questions will also, each one will reveal a little something about our band or artist you've never heard of tonight.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on American roots music in general? Does it bring to mind, like, I like that kind of music, or generally not my kind of music? What do you think?
Oh, I like it. I mean, I'm not. Some of my songs are rootsy. Once again, it. Sometimes I think it's a nebulous genre. I mean, it can include anything from 2 banjos and a fiddle to drive-by truckers. Heavier rock, and I find that a lot of people, not necessarily the bands themselves, but a lot of the surrounding people, the fans, the critics, the pundits, what have you, will classify you as roots for better or worse, and that in a little bit of a jealousy thing, in that at least around here, if you get tagged as roots, regardless of what you do, you could be a 50-piece orchestra and Metallica in front. But if it's, Metallica playing roots music with, a 50-piece orchestra, it doesn't matter. You're going to be huge because you're roots. And there's other places around, too, that are like that. And, of course, then there's the anti-roots movements in other places, too. But I find it insulting. The nomenclature. I don't find the music insulting. I love the music. It's folk music, for God's sakes. That's my deal. That's what I grew up on. Remember our old saying before the Passion and Pain? It was like blues, rock, and a little folk.
Yes.
Every song that I write starts out as a folk song. It's me, an acoustic guitar, playing big old open chords, and yodeling, whatever I do. That is the basis, technically, given that, to be fair, is quote unquote a roots band, because, I believe that all of our songs are folk songs, bizarre, as bizarre as they may be. But that's my interaction with the roots genre.
Okay, good. So this is a check in the plus column for our band you've never heard of tonight. So what about music and that's twangy but not exactly country?
I like Austin music, or
Maybe a little, sure. I mean, this guy's got some twang, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And is that a turnoff?
oh no.
Okay,
no.
cool.
I mean,
Good. Plus.
there's a lot of us in the South that still have our twang. I just don't happen to be one of them.
I hope I don't lose you with this next one. What if that American roots, twangy but not country music gets mixed in with a little Zydeco accordion?
I like accordion.
Okay, I wasn't sure how you felt about the accordion.
I got no problem with the accordion. No.
Cool.
I do love to make jokes about it, along with banjos and other things that I also like. But I just like making the jokes because it's fun.
Cool. Well, this guy is not all accordion, but there's
accordions are cool. Some Zydeco music is just a little too much accordion. If I'm going to listen to that much accordion, I'm going for some Weird Al and a little polka.
Oh, so you don't mind somebody like this that does some of their songs are very funny. So you're cool with that?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Weird Al, Bo Burnham.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This artist, I think you'll also.
And this might be something that Izzy that I could turn Izzy onto because she's into that too.
Nice.
The outside the box.
Wait till you hear one of the songs first, then decide. This guy's got a lot of solo acoustic stuff. He's got 2 albums worth of him doing solo acoustic shows live, and also 2 albums of studio music. Some songs are solo, some songs are with a band. So that reminds me of you in many ways because you're out playing solo on the regular, and we have a band. I prefer this guy when he's with his band personally, but we'll hear some of both when I start playing his music for you. This guy's got quite the sense of humor, and I'm going to read you his bio on Spotify. This was the clinching moment. I was listening to one of his most played songs, and reading this bio this is when I knew it would be tonight's band you've never heard of. His name is D.B. Reilly. Am I correct in saying you've never heard of D.B. Reilly?
I have not heard of D.B. Reilly.
D.B. Reilly was only 6 months old when, upon hearing David Hasselhoff sing, he immediately soiled his diaper and vowed to bring good music back to a starving generation. Since then, he has tirelessly pursued his quest, all the while narrowly avoiding work, debt collectors, and liver failure. Quote, one of the best songwriters you've never heard of, quote, a quote from WMLB, I assume that's a DJ at a radio station, in Atlanta. Quote, if there's any justice in the world, he'll be picking up awards at next year's AMAs, says Country Music People magazine. Quote, to listen to D.B. Reilly and not love him is akin to smelling bacon and not salivating. Quote, says the Lonesome Road Review. D.B. Reilly is a superb songwriter, folk and acoustic music exchange, and lastly, with spoken word witticism reminiscent of John Prine and an Arlo Guthrie-inspired penchant for the absurd, D.B. Reilly is truly a master, according to Fervor Coulee. I don't know who that is, but so that's his bio. But that's not his only bio. I'm going to go to his website and read another bio because it's that good. His bio, I presume he wrote it himself, but here you go. Was born in the hearts and minds of lonely widows. He was raised by traveling vacuum cleaner salesmen and fed a strict diet of cream of wheat and Gilligan's Island until at the age of 3 he was sent off to receive his education at the I Don't Like Your Attitude, Young Man Academy of Discipline. Decades later, realizing he'd never be able to snatch the pebble from anyone's hand, they graduated him. DB was unprepared for a world full of choices, opportunity, reality TV, and boy bands. So he wandered, clutching tightly to the only memory he had left, the sound of a Hoover Deluxe 700. It's no surprise that he gravitated toward the accordion and is shunned by music lovers everywhere. So back on the road he goes. You may spot him hitching a ride somewhere. Anywhere you're headed is fine. You may spot him in a deserted diner trying to look up the waitress's skirt. But one thing is certain, wherever dogs are howling and little children are holding their ears, you'll find D.B. Reilly and his squeeze box. So that's the setup.
I love this guy already.
I
man.
know, right?
I think about your second sentence. I almost butted in and went, just stop there. You had me at, whatever the first sentence was. So.
Yeah. So we should probably hear some music and see what we think.
I want some D.B. Reilly, man.
We're going to start with D.B. Reilly. We're all going straight to hell.
Saw a preacher on HDTV. He claims he cares about my soul. He says we'll never get to heaven as long as we keep listening to rock and roll. We're all going straight to hell. We're all going straight to hell. He knows what God's thinking, and he can't tell that we're all going straight to hell. That preacher said New York City.
I'd like to play all of the song, but in the interest of time, I would like to play more than the typical 3 songs tonight, so we're going to cut it there.
Okay.
Thoughts on We're All Going Straight to Hell?
Well, it reminded me of my Hell song, just in the title. But no, that was the one thing that really stuck out to me were the harmony vocals. Very interesting. I don't know. It sounded like they were all him. I can't say if they were manipulated or what, but it was very weird. It was a very weird harmony structure with the harmony vocals, but it was really cool. So I want to hear another one.
Cool. The next song I'm going to play you is called Untie Me.
I got these thoughts that come and go. Thoughts no one else should ever know. Some people say they're feeling tired, but they won't stop until you're mine. I heard you want someone who's there with you, always there for you. I got all that with some left over too. I'd be outside your window watching everything you do. If someone would untie me.
There you go. Untie Me by D.B. Reilly.
Yeah, 100% different than the first song.
Yeah.
I like that swampy stuff. Always have. But if it continues to do that, that's probably why people haven't heard of him, because you kind of have to have in modern music, at least, you kind of have to have something.
A sound, a signature sound.
A signature of some sort. It can all be great, but so varied that, I've always had the new record's going to be crazy varied, but there's a theme that runs through it, a sonic theme, and this is like, it's kind of weird. That's completely different than from the first song. It's completely different sonically. It just, and that makes it more difficult to plow ahead. It's great for playing breweries and stuff, because it's never a dull moment when you got all different kinds of genres and stuff popping up. But from a big picture thing, it makes it very difficult to push forward.
Well, push forward we will, and he will sound different in the next song as well. I'm going to switch it over to YouTube here and show you a video of his. And this is where I'm going to get into the idea that I don't even know how active this guy is anymore, which is a bummer. His website is dated 2023 at the bottom, so I don't know how much updating he's done. He's got nothing listed on his shows page, and there's no Instagram or Facebook post from him since 2020, so he might have died for all I know. I can't find him live anywhere. I did send him a contact email sort of a thing from his website, so far no response to that, so we'll see. But let's see here. I'm going to go with Don't Think So Much. This seems to be one of his kind of popular songs. Here we go.
Don't think so much. It don't help one bit. Life can suck. Get used to it. But it can be good. And then things will look up. So enjoy yourself and don't think so much.
I mean, that's enough to get the entire idea of that song. And he's got 2 albums of live music that's basically the sound of. This is a low res YouTube video from 5 years ago. So the albums obviously sound better than this, but this is another way he presents as a musician. Thoughts on just acoustic stuff?
Oh, that's straight up homage to John Prine. I mean, 1,000%. I mean, it's a good one too, but there's no hiding it. You know that at least for this part of his persona or his oeuvre, as it were, he owes a lot to John Prine, and John Prine always had a kind of a wicked look at things, a sly, wry humor and everything, and which, I haven't heard yet what that first bio or the first thing was talking about. Yeah. So I'm sitting in massive anticipation for you hitting me with that part.
All right, we're going to do that next. I've got the song for you. Let me go check my list, see what it is. It's a song called I Got a Girlfriend, and it's on his album that he put out in 2009. So it's a little old. In fact, I'm not so sure it would play well today. It's clearly, just please, everybody know, it's clearly a joke.
I spotted some girls at the Quick Mart and I picked out one I like. I covered her in duct tape and I strapped her on my bike. I rode her over to my house while my parents weren't home. I dragged her up to my room and now she's my very own. I got a girlfriend and she belongs to me. I got a girlfriend. My folks said finally I got a girlfriend. I love her more than you know, and I'll never, ever, ever let her go.
Cracks me up. I don't suggest we attempt to cover this song with our band, though.
No. We come close enough with traces.
Right. Yeah.
And that's as close as I want to get. I think he's also listening to a little Warren Zevon.
That's what I thought as soon as I heard this song, how it's just
that's
happy,
Excitable Boy.
Fun song. Exactly. Excitable Boy. That's what came to mind. That is also incredibly dark.
Yes. Well, I mean, Zevon's is way darker than this.
Yeah.
And way even less acceptable now. But yeah, this would not fly at all.
I'm a sucker for dark comedy, though, and
especially hilarious.
When it's fun, and this is fun.
And it was a bopper too. I mean,
yes.
The song's bop, and the lyrics are hilarious. I just don't know if it's going to play in Peoria, though.
Right. All right,
I wouldn't play it.
I've got 3 more songs I want to play you,
and I'll play Excitable Boy. So
right. Yeah, I've got 3 more songs I want to play you. One song is the same song done 2 different ways. One he did live, and so it's got a sort of a stripped down sound, and the other way is with the full band.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so same song done 2 different ways by D.B. Reilly. It's called Your Doggin' Hold on, let me get the volume back up. It's called Your Doggin' Fool.
You've been dogging me, you know that ain't right. I've been going along without a fight. But every dog has its day, and I got news for you. Say so long to your dogging fool. You used to let me sleep on your bed. Now you keep me tied out by the shed. Well, you can take that leash and, well, you know what you can do. Say so long to your dogging fool.
All right, that's Your Doggin' Fool acoustic solo version. Here's the same song with the full band.
You've been dogging me, you know that ain't right. I've been going along without a fight. But every dog has its day, and I got news for you. Say so long to your dogging fool. You used to let me sleep on your bed. Now you keep me tied out by the shed. Well, you can take that leash and, well, you know what you can do. Say so long to your dogging fool.
That might be my favorite of his songs that I've heard. I like the full band version. The drummer's doing almost nothing, but God, when that kick hits, it just adds it adds power to what he's saying.
Yeah, I think that's one of those big Irish hand drums. Honestly,
Yeah, it didn't sound like the tighter thwomp of a kick drum. It sounded like a not quite a timpani, but somewhere in between that. And
no, it's like
so good.
There's these huge, well, everybody's got big drums, but and that was a thing, And now that is straight up America. I mean, that's the real, honest to God Americana right there. That is because that's what I grew up on. Folk music of that ilk from the mountains, and I did like the banjo tone better in the live than the the studio version.
Yeah.
But that's it. But once again, when that drum kicks in, that kicks ass. I mean, it was that made it really sail. If they could have smuggled in the banjo tone from the live, that one was it was rounder. I think wasn't quite so
in your face,
banjo-y. So banjo-y.
Right. The last song I'm going to play is a cover, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. And rarely do I hear
Wrecking Ball. He does Wrecking Ball.
Rarely do I hear another version of this song that I can listen to, much less enjoy. And his is very different from the original, and I love it. His version of Bob Seger's "Turn the Page," which has significantly more listens to than the rest of his catalog.
Oh wow, it does.
But let's hear how he attacks "Turn the Page." I dig it. And let me start with the volume up. How about that?
Why start now?
I'm going to edit all that out and make it sound like I'm a good DJ. All right, this is D.B. Reilly's version of Turn the Page.
On a long, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engines moaning out its one-note song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before, but your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. Here I am, on the road again. There I am, up on the stage. And here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page.
I mean, that song's going on my liked songs list.
Your perma list.
Yeah. I don't like any other version of Turn the Page that I have ever heard.
You don't like Metallica's version?
No, and I love Metallica, and I love Bob Seger. I don't even like Bob Seger's version of the song from the studio. The only version of that song for me is Live Bullet, and this is another one that I will enjoy listening to on the regular. So hats off to D.B. Reilly for helping me.
For nailing it, And that's, of course, the main reason that it's got 25,000 views or listens over over the rest is because it is a cover song of a very popular song, and it's getting clicked on because people are going there. They're looking for that song. Mm-hmm. They're not looking, they're looking for that song.
They're either accidentally clicking on his version of that song without thinking about it, or they're playing hey, let's listen to 10 different versions of the same song, see which one sounds better. I've played that game. It's a fun thing to do on Spotify.
I love doing that on YouTube, man. It's just, you'll line up 5 different, groups or people that do a cover of a song that you really like. Because an old music teacher taught me early on that the sign of a good song, or the sign of a great song, is it can be played in any genre, and you can recognize it, and it kicks ass in every genre. So whenever you hear, a Metallica song from a bluegrass group, or a jazz playing, a Rage Against the Machine song, or a brass band playing Rage Against the Machine, or whatever, these songs transcend the people that are playing it. It's bigger. It's bigger than that, and that is, that's what I've always looked for in when we're trying to pick a cover song. Because I want a song that A, people are going to know, but B, that the song is bigger than we are. We're not going to do anything with it that's completely wacko, even though we go through and do crazy things with crazy songs. But it always has to be that the song is bigger than that. It's willing. It's easily played any way that you want and still be a great song. And that's what I was, and that, but I'm gonna go one step further. That is my favorite version of that song.
Whoa, that's high praise right there.
Yeah. And because Bob Seger is a very serious dude.
I know why. There's no saxophone on this version.
No, that's not even it. Because the bass is going boom, 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 which is another no-no for me.
Right.
That's a bigger no-no than the sax.
No,
but it
no
fits.
ping-pongy bass, no sax. Generally speaking, that's Gary's. Those two of his rules.
Well, I'll take a sax before a ping pong bass.
Okay.
but I don't know. It just that one sounds more natural. The Bob Seger one always seems kind of forced. The studio version is not.
It doesn't exist in my brain. I heard it I heard half of it one time, and I was like, I never want to hear that again.
Yeah, and the live version is a little bit too self-serious. I mean, it's a serious song to begin with, but then he takes it another step, and just takes it into Maudlinville, and DB has resurrected it and made it swing a little bit. I mean, that's just even if it does have a ping pong bass, boom, 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 boom. But I think that's a stand-up, and I think on stand-up bases you're allowed.
It's an expectation, I do believe.
I think so. Well, it's an You don't want to know why it's an expectation? Because your fingers can't make any other, can't reach any other notes.
Yeah.
That ping pong is about 6 inches apart. It's like you're moving more than on a regular bass.
So DB Reilly is his name. I have no idea what his current status is in life as a musician. Is he playing music? Is he an accountant in Connecticut? I don't know what he's doing now, but I just know he struck the right chord with me as soon as I found him, and sounds like we got another winner as far as bands you've never heard of.
One thing I can pretty assuredly say that he is not doing right now, I don't think he's on the Doge team. and that's
why do you say that? How do you know these things, Gary?
He's just older,
Oh, he's too old. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't look like a big technology guy anyway, so
that
he doesn't impress me as a techno bro.
Techno bro is not what the vibe DB Reilly is putting out there.
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right, that does it for this episode's Bands You've Never Heard of. Cue the theme song again to finish this segment. Here you go.
You've
So that was Crab Claw and DB Reilly, the original segments as they originally aired on our previous podcast, repurposed for this new show, Bands You've Never Heard of, mainly as filler for me being on vacation in Scotland.
At the Fringe Festival. But this episode of Bands You've Never Heard of is a production of Ranch Hand Records. www.ranchhandrecords.com.
Band You've Never Heard of, or as we like to call it, Beinho, is hosted by Gary Hawthorne and me, J.R. Stoffel.
Beinho is written by J.R. and reacted to and completely unwritten by me, Gary.
All of the songs on most episodes of this show were used with the band's permission. However, as I stated earlier, we couldn't get these bands to respond, so we just did it anyway.
Yeah. And check out dbreilly.com and Crabclaw Music at bandcamp.com. The links are in the show notes.
You should also check out the Bands You've Never Heard of complete playlist. It is on Spotify, and it features every song from every band featured on every show or segment of Bands You've Never Heard of.
And you can always see us on youtube.com/@BeinhoPod. BYNHOPOD.
Send us an email, your thoughts, anything you want to say, or tell us about a band or anything like that. That would be wonderful. BeinhoPod@gmail.com. BYNHOPOD@gmail.com.
And most importantly, come to see us on our website at www.beinhopod.com. That's BYNHOPOD.com. We have merch. We have all the episodes. We have everything about bands you've never heard of, all in one spot. And we will see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening and watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sucking on some titties at